tuttitemete.pratica.it. Good morning, finally there we are. We have everything you need to replace the exhaust bell, and then also see how you could replace the gasket and do the cleaning possibly from the bell if it is not so dirty or damaged. So let's get to this point. You can see the whole procedure in the previous video, that of cleaning the float, and and so far we're there, and we can proceed from this point without showing everything. Of course, we turn off the water and drain with all the tape. With a parrot wrench or a fork wrench of the right size, we go to remove this data from the float, because let's say today it could clutter us when we go to remove the bell for maintenance. Ecco fatto. That's it, we unhook this support and also remove this latch that keeps the bell locked on the bottom. This item is used to hold the bell on the bottom. The important thing is that it makes good pressure. It doesn't matter if it's broken. As in my case, there's no need to replace it if you find this situation. The important thing is that precisely fitting it well, keep the bell pressed. You have to remove, let's say this part, these fins, these you see here of the excess body, and you have to remove them by applying pressure toward the center of those two fins that you see here that I'm trying to point to with my finger. They press towards the center and then paraded this black fin. Now I pull it off. It's difficult to be able to film while I'm doing it, but then I'll show you the disassembled fin, which gives you an idea and makes me understand. Here you see this is the disassembled straight and these are the two. And the hooks that have to be pressed toward the center to be able to pull it off easily. At this point, grabbing the bell from the surplus body, you have to pull upwards with a little force, and here the bell comes off. Same point. We close the bell upwards. We do it even in a little bit. Let's get a pair of pliers. And let's block this part. See this part? He basically does this job on his way out. We have to pull it out and lock it with pliers. After that, we rotate the black body in clockwise direction and we parade it. And here we are. We have separated the body from the bell. At this point, we can pull the bell out. We rotate it. Now move the top to the top right and then pull it out carefully. At this point, as you can see here, I have both the new piece and the piece that I disassembled old. I had actually tried replacing a gasket before. The gasket there on the bottom does pretty simply, practically. Disconnecting. This piece always having a bayonet fitting and going to remove the gasket in this way. A little bit of force, pull it off like this and insert the new one. Most likely this gasket wasn't really his for safety, but to avoid further losses I bought the new piece, which in any case we are talking about 16 euro, 18 euro from any shopkeeper who sells plumbing parts will have this, so it's not an excessive expense for safety. I bought and replaced it to solve the issue with safety insured. Another one. maintenance that you can do on this piece, which is what we unhooked from the bayonet attachment, is to replace this ring. For storing, in short, it is always common, it is found in these usual shops, and it takes off, and you pull it off, let's say this way, maybe with a screwdriver. You insert the new one and put a little bit of grease around to make sure that both the insertion and the possible future disassembly are easier. Another thing that happened to me is that inside here it was full of crystallized limestone. It had taken a circular shape, and that also prevents the closing of the hinge seal above. Surely it cannot do absolutely harm. It is the same procedure that we did for the float, that is, put it
In the bath?
inside the limestone, because in any case within these spaces the water will certainly deposit some impurities, and in any case limestone deposits, so it is certainly a useful operation. So before we get back together,
The whole thing?
let's get some fat. I got some
White grease.
multi-purpose, water resistant, however hydrophobic, so let's say it resists more inside the cassette. We put a little bit on it and we go to dust it with our finger all around the gasket.
Add a bit more too.
Around the outer edge. Ecco fatto.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you I would put a little grease on it here too. And we always pass it off with our fingers, so we help with the assembly. Now we go to reinsert the bell again inside the box. Then maybe we click to the left, and then we make it go down so low, raising a little the metal flexible. Having done this, we must do the same operation as before to insert the surplus body into this bayonet attachment. After that, taking the pizza, which is useful to keep the plunger well locked, we have to put the pizza under this groove in a way that allows us to hold it still. Do you see this circular rise? After that we take the overpower course and we are going to insert it. We must make it enter practically where there is this groove. The Pirouletto obviously does there.
A bit of resistance because there's an O-ring there too that blocks the whole thing.
Passage of water, sorry about that.
The first time I do it is not so easy either.
There you go, he's in once he's in.
We need to rotate counterclockwise this time.
And see.
We're stuck now.
Always take the bell downwards, always taking it from the body above the deck. And at this point we have to go and press to make it enter inside. Of the hole in the bottom of in the input box, let's insert them inside the box, pressing C aligned with the bottom. With the central hole we go to press down to make it insert. You will hear a click, but you have to send it down well, because otherwise you will not be able to block. The bell
with the white stop that we will see later. Here it is, has also made the second shot. At this point we can reassemble the stop. Let's go and reinsert the bell catch. These three calves must fit within the circle of the lower bell. Now I'll show you how. Let's reassemble the white fastener with the external tabs on the outside of the black plastic circle of the bell, and the tongue central on the outside, zooming in slightly for a better view. Lock the latch on the bottom, then lock it on this side as well.
Ecco qui.
Screw should go all the way, but unfortunately I found this retainer already damaged, and let's say that the important thing is that it still puts a little pressure and keeps the bell on the bottom. Let's block everything with this block. There you go. At this point we put the fins back on. For collar and screw the water load hose, tighten it well with the parrot wrench. While tightening, remember to hold the hose still, otherwise it will rotate towards you. Let's reassemble the usual dog. Additional to block any splashes, and we turn the water back on. At this point you need to reassemble the cassette as in the previous video. No, you don't have to look at the previous video any further, and to reassemble it is very simple. Greetings to everyone from Mente Pratica IT. We hope we have been useful this time too. Sorry I'm late. Uploading this video took more time due to personal reasons. Greetings to all once again, and have a good day. Goodbye.